Hi, Jonathan Godfrey, Onsite Wastewater Professionals, and we're at the WET Show 2024 in Indianapolis. I'm with Carl Thompson with Infiltrator Water Technologies. Carl, you have a unique vantage point, a national vantage point on our industry. And the folks out there, the installers on the ground, I was hoping you could give them some idea of the challenges you see over the next few years that we need to be prepared for, and some opportunities those challenges will inevitably create. So what do you see in big picture?
So, Jonathan, I see a couple of challenges, and the challenges, like most things in our industry, they're going to translate into opportunities for us. Challenges are, one is that there's a fair amount of people in the U.S. that are really underserved. They don't have access to quality sanitation. They may not have access to sanitation at all. They may be on a cesspool or a straight pipe to a ditch, and our challenge is, how do we help these people? These people are Americans, they're taxpayers, but they don't have access to federal funding. And right now, I go to water conferences, and other folks that are in more of the big pipe industry, they talk about that we are in an era of abundance around investments in water infrastructure. But these people, the possibly 200,000 homes in the U.S. that really don't have sanitation at all, they don't have a way to access this abundance of funding.
But they deserve clean water as well.
They deserve clean water as well. So I think what we need to do is, as an industry, is go and spend some time at D.C. with lawmakers, policymakers, and folks from EPA, and we are doing that as part of the industry, certainly with NOWRA, to tell a story about the people that have been left behind, and then figure out how to serve these people. Maybe right now it's relatively easy for the federal dollars to fund the utilities. These people that are underserved are not part of the utility. They're in some ways, they're like you and I. I've got a septic system in my house. There would be no way to tap into federal funding if I have a problem. And it's much worse for the people that really don't have a functioning system. So we need to figure out this utility or maybe a responsible maintenance entity piece so that we can tap into some of that.
So that challenge is being able to direct some assistance towards the people that need it, right? Identify them and then get that money there. Does that lead us to an opportunity as an industry?
Absolutely. So I was with the folks from EPA back last month, and right now there's a pilot program where 11 communities in the U.S. are working to get access to some federal funding to kind of figure out the bureaucracy and the paperwork. And when I was there with EPA, they committed to taking that from 11 communities to 100 or maybe 200 the next year. And really, it's not about those 11 communities or 200. It's about figuring out a process so that the people that have been left behind, the Americans that are taxpayers that need sanitation, can tap into this federal funding, this era of
and we
abundance.
Can replicate those successes.
Exactly.
But from my installer on the ground, the opportunity is there may be opportunities on the installation of advanced treatment, things like that, things that need to be positioned and ready for.
Right. And I think the other key challenge for us is, right now we're reading about, hearing about, both lack of water quality and water quantity. So the bar on water quality requirements is going to get raised going forward, which means we need to think about advanced treatment systems and be ready for that. And we're seeing that all across the country, things moving in that direction, and it's going to come everywhere.
But that's going to present huge opportunities.
Exactly.
If I'm an installer, I need to be thinking about having those solutions and understanding those solutions.
Exactly. Right. So what worked 20 years ago is going to work too, but there's going to be new solutions as well
new tools
that we need to learn about, how to install them, how to design these, how to operate these.
All right. Opportunities and challenges, right?
That's it.
Always go together. Thanks for giving me your unique
you.
perspective.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.